Everybody, hello. Welcome to the Thursday live Q&A session with me, Marvin from Previous Shortcuts. Thank you all for tuning in today. Thank you for coming here. I am here to help you. I'm here to serve you. I am so excited to be here with you. Nothing gives me as much joy as coming on here, answering your questions and supporting you in the best way I can. Pharmacists, great to see you, Pharmacists. If you're on here, please say something. Say hi. Say hello. Let me give you a special shout out. So quite excited, looking forward to these Thursdays. Last time was just meant to be for half an hour, but we ended up staying for about an hour and a half because we had a lot of questions to answer, and it was a very informative, a very pleasurable, exciting, energetic, motivational, inspirational session last time. And I'm back again today to do the same thing. Ahmed Ibrahim, fantastic. Great to see you, Ahmed Ibrahim. How are you doing? So just let me know how you're doing. How's your foundation year going? How are things? How do you feel? And I'll do my best to share with you some tips, some strategies, some techniques, some piece of information that could change things for you, that can improve things for you. So again, last time we had a lot of people coming in later on asking a lot of questions. Feel free, if you have any question to ask me, I am here for you. I am here to serve you. I am here to help you. I've been doing this for so many years and I've helped so many students succeed. So I've got no doubt in my mind that I can help you succeed too, simply because from the past, I know exactly what it takes to get you from where you are to where you want to be. Haida Hussein, how are you? Hi, everyone from Haida. Haida is going to shout out to everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. So if you have any questions whatsoever, any question, feel free to ask me. Ayla Dalali, one of the exciting trainees on the combo course. Always a pleasure to see you on here, Ayla. Thank you for tuning in. It is a pleasure to see you. And look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Sunday, we're going to be starting with infections. We smashed the CNS, didn't we? It was exciting. A lot of content, but we made it fun. And that's exactly what we're going to do with infections chapter as well. One of the best chapters for me. Many people find it challenging because it looks a bit disorganized in the BNF. Feels like everything is everywhere. But on Sunday, Ayla, you have the pleasure to enjoy infections. I promise you. I promise you. So if you're just dialing in today, just give me a shout out. By the way, just tell me where you guys are all dialing in from. Let me just get to know you. So Carmen says, hi, Marvin, in terms of antibiotic questions, do we need to remember all the different species each antibiotic works on? So you definitely need to know not all of the species, but there are some common ones, which we will cover on the course, definitely. There are some common ones which you need to know. You need to know especially certain causative, you call them your causative organisms as well, right? So you need to know different antibiotic species. But more importantly, what comes up in your exam are causative organisms. So you need to know, for instance, what organism causes food poisoning, what causes tuberculosis. You need to know those scientific names. And then there's quite a lot you need to know when it comes to the infections chapter 5. And so when I do this, and I don't know, I might have a free video on YouTube, I don't know. But on the course, I actually have an interesting strategy, which I normally teach at the start. And it's a good strategy to use to study the whole chapter. It's going through a few key steps. And once you go through those steps, you're going to learn quite a lot. Now, I have a free video on YouTube, like I always do, try to give you guys as much free, helpful information as possible. I have a video on there about antibiotics. If you've not seen that video, please watch it. Ayla! Make sure you watch that video before the lecture so that you're ahead of the game. But on YouTube, just check the antibiotic lecture. I've got a good video on there. A lot of views. I think many people benefited a lot from that video. There's probably one or two things that have been updated lately because I did the video about a year ago, right? About a year ago. But it's probably just one or two things that have been updated, which it will be updated on the course. So it's great. It's great. Another thing I'll just tell you as well when it comes to antibiotics, infections, you always get questions. Always get questions in the exam. Common, always get questions. But it's so interesting because you need to have the right strategy. Right? Success, with everything you want to achieve in your life, there is a strategy. There is a strategy to succeed in your GPH exam. I'll tell you that right now. There is a strategy. You've got to do certain things at a certain time with certain people in a certain way to produce a certain result. So on the chapter 5 of inspections, I've done it in a way that there's a strategy throughout the course, which I'm going to go with throughout this with you guys on Sunday. And you see exactly what the structure is. Also, I'll show you the key areas that get tested by the GPHC, things that come up in your exam, and the key areas to focus on. So get ready for it. I'm excited, always excited for teaching, always excited to bring out the best in you, get to know you, and just help you succeed. That is my passion. That is what I do. Hi, this is my first question. Working as pharmacist, so you're working as pharmacist. Is it worthy money-wise of commencing postgraduate degree and working in research field instead? Wow. Hi, I normally deal with questions from the foundation here in terms of your training for the exam, but I'll be glad to just share with you some opinions about this question. It is an interesting question, right? So, hey, is working as a pharmacist, is it worthy money-wise or commencing a postgraduate degree and working in research field instead? This is my advice to you, and this is my take on things. Yours might be different. This is what I think. When it comes to generally healthcare, I think in terms of money, and that's comparing it to other professions, right? In comparing it, I would say with pharmacy, with the NHS, it is decent. I'll talk about decent. It's not the highest out there, and it's not the lowest. It is decent. A pharmacist, an average salary for a pharmacist recently, I think as recent as 2021. I have to check that to see what the recent article said. But the average salary of a pharmacist was anything between 40 to 45K, right? So for some people, generally, that's fine. Okay, so it depends on your definition of money-wise, what you're expecting to have. Obviously, if you go into more leaderships, like I'm a superintendent pharmacist, a manager, so you obviously get a lot more. But that's the average for most pharmacists. Now, the average wage is between sort of 40 to 45K, which in a different circumstance, when you look at that with some other professions like IT and other things, that's not really a lot of money, right? So it all depends on what you want to achieve, and also what is your drive. You need to have your drive. So if you commence a postgraduate, because the question is about maybe work as a pharmacist or commencing a postgraduate degree, working in research field instead, then the question I'm going to ask you is, when you finish your postgraduate and you go into the research field, how much are you going to earn? I'm just saying that because you mentioned money-wise. All right, is it what? So I feel that maybe you're driven as well by the money, right? That's perfectly fine, right? That's perfectly fine. But it's obviously work. If that's what you're going to do, is just look at the end goal. Once you go into the postgraduate degree and that research field, what are you aiming to get? What is the average salary of what you want to get into? Do you have any ideas, Hader, of what sort of salary range you'll be looking at if you went into research field? I mean, I've not done a postgraduate degree, so I'm not the best to give that advice. I can just give you my advice generally in terms of if that's what you want to do. If that's what you want to do, then you want to make sure that if it was the money-wise, then it should at least have a remarkable difference or at least improvement on a pharmacist's salary. If it's not really, and that's your drive, then I would say just continue pharmacy, and you could add more services to pharmacy. You could specialize, you could be private, independent prescriber. There are a lot of other things that you could do on the side, provide certain services. There's so many things that you could do with pharmacy to make that extra income or to top up, I'll say, your salary if you wanted to. So a lot of opportunities out there, definitely. Ayla Delali. Ayla, you're amazing. How do you balance everything? You do so much. What advice can you give to trainees trying to balance studies, work, exercise, social life, etc.? So I've got a book which I wrote, and I'll be happy to send you that copy, Ayla, for free. How about that? I will be happy to give you that book for free. It's called Success Secrets for Students. I use something. I'll give you my technique. Shall I give you my secret? Give me a yes, Ayla, if you want me to give you my secret sauce when it comes to. That's why I do all of these things. Is my secret on how I'm able to do so much. Do all these courses, one-to-one group sessions, manage a pharmacy, superintendent, all of this stuff, BBC Media Pharmacist, everything, a dad of 4, all of this stuff. I use a formula, right? And that formula is in my book. success secrets for students. But since Ayla said yes, let me just give Ayla something. Ayla, right? I got this from someone called Stephen Covey. He's passed away, unfortunately. And it comes from a book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I don't know if you've heard of that book. Have you heard of it, Ayla? Let me know. It's called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And so what generally happens is we all have 24 hours in a day. When it comes to time, we all have the same time. What is the difference? The difference is how we manage that time. It's really based on your priorities. So everything that you and I do, you have to quantify it. What Stephen Covey does, which I've been using, is a quadrant, right? He's got 4 parts and he divides everything in terms of how urgent and how important it is. This is like a whole lecture. We can have this lecture together. But I love it because you literally divide your activities into 4 quadrants, and you have activities that are urgent, like things that you have to do straight away. They're not predictable. Things just happen. So there's so many things that you might plan to maybe revise right now, to leave work, come back from work, and then you do a bit of revision, and then all of a sudden something happens, an urgent thing that takes you away. So you have the urgent quadrant, but the quadrant which is the best is the second quadrant. That's why I spend a lot of my time, is the quadrant where you do things that are not urgent, but they are important. So most of the time, I have a list of activities. So for instance, an activity for me, things are not important. It's really the realm of planning. You always have to plan. That's why I say to you, Ayla, let me give an example using you as a foundation pharmacist, right? So you take your life. I'll tell the key areas that you need in life, the key areas that will determine your happiness. Key areas, number 1, your health. Whatever happens, I spend at least 30 minutes to an hour a day, either going to the gym or just doing some exercise at home. So whatever you do, spend some time. And it's not about time, it's about priorities. Because when something is important to you, you always find the time. So you hear many people say, oh, I got no time. Oh, how do you go to the gym, Marvin? And how do you do the sessions? And how do you do this? I got no time in a day. But most of those people will easily spend about 2 hours watching Netflix, lying down on the sofa after work, chatting to friends on the phone. That could take another hour, and all of these things, right? So generally, it's the question is what is important for you. That's why you want to use that quadrant. I'm going to tell you the book. It's called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, right? 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And it's called the Time Management Matrix. It is gold. This changed my life. This to me has been the key to my success. That's what helps me do so many things in a day. Right? And it's really based on prioritizing. So what you want to do, for instance, since your foundation trainee, health is important. So all those people that say, I'm just going to study all day and I'm not going to exercise, I'm not going to do all of this stuff till my period year, they are missing the whole plot. You want to get the best. It's not really about just achieving. You want to enjoy the process of achieving stuff. That's why I do this course with you, to make sure that you enjoy it. Because you could go on this journey. I'll tell you the truth, when you become a pharmacist, you're going to have that moment, Ayla, where you're going to go, yes, I'm so excited. Wow, finally. And then 2 weeks, few months later, you're going to ask yourself, gosh, okay, I'm a pharmacist now. Is this all there is to it? You're going to have that moment. Right? So the most important thing is, rather, most people wait to achieve something to then become happy. They say to themselves, I won't have fun this year. I won't do anything. I'll wait until I become a pharmacist. Then I'm going to be happy. What I say is that's wrong. You want to enjoy the process of becoming a pharmacist so that you enjoy the journey. The journey is the most important thing. So that when you get there, at least you've enjoyed the process. So how do you enjoy the process? Divide your life into different quadrants. So you've got your health, do some exercise, right? It doesn't have to be anything massive. It could be 1 minute, 2 minutes. It doesn't. All of these things are just little bits of actions. When I do so much in a day, it's because I focus on those little actions, but I do them consistently. So when you take that over a period of time, it looks like it's quite a lot. But when you see how I plan my day, I don't spend most of the time more than 30 minutes or 40 minutes on most of my activities. Maximum like an hour. Obviously, with a course with you guys, I could spend 3 hours. That's probably the longest activities I spend. I could spend 3 hours just like doing a course. But your health, make sure you eat properly. Very important. Hydrate yourself. Do some exercise. Right? It could be at home. It could be in the gym. Do that. Next thing you want to look at is make sure your revision is on point. So that's a priority. You have to, and that's why we have the plan for you. Remember, we have the timetable. on the course. So make sure that you plan everything in the calendar all the way to your exam, different dates when you're going to read everything. I'm going to complete this by this time. I'll do these topics here. I'll do chapter 1 of the BNF, chapter 2. I'm going to read my MEP, have a structured plan. And then all you want to do is every single day stick to it, right? So this requires a lot of discipline. When you're disciplined, you're going to achieve so much. I promise you. And it's going to be easy. It's going to be so easy. So spend some time studying. When I used to my trainee pharmacist, I normally used to spend about 45 minutes a day doing some work, and that was enough. I started early, like I tell you to start early. 45 minutes, right? 45 minutes. So if you could take it up to an hour, right? You could break them up down into little sections, right? You just like little chunks. You don't need to sit down 1 hour of revising. You can do 20 minutes in the morning before you go to work. You can do another 20 minutes lunchtime or something in your pharmacy. 20 minutes, maybe if you're commuting and you're on a train or something, you could do another 20 minutes. Research shows that sometimes when you break things in that manner, you absorb better, right? So you could break this down into little time frames, 30 minutes or 20 minutes throughout the day, 5 little slots of like 20 minutes if you wanted to do that. And you'll notice a difference, a massive difference. Take that, do your revision because that's important. Time with your family is key. Many people try to period here, forget all your friends, disconnect from everybody. That will make you miserable. Family time is key as well. With your family, with your loved ones is very important for your mental health. So spend some time with your family. It could be 30 minutes, it could be an hour where you come back and you guys chill, maybe just on the phone, you might text them, you might chat to them, you might have dinner together, all of those. And when you divide your stuff into the quadrants, I am going to give you that book, Ayla. I'm going to send you that book. Once you send me an email on gphccourse@gmail.com, or in fact, you're on the course, let me know and I'll send it to you. But once you follow that quadrant, you'll be able to divide every single thing and you'll notice that you're going to achieve so much. You'll be so efficient, very efficient. I can go on that. I could talk about that all day because I've written a book on that. Hey, that says my second question. The third step in the equalization process for overseas pharmacies, the syndicate exam, is it achievable from the first try? I'll be very honest with you. I don't know. I really don't know what the equalization process is for overseas pharmacies. Very sorry about that, but I really don't know. It's not something that I've read on or I really have any idea on that I could really give you advice on. So I'm just being honest on that one. I don't really know of the equalization process, and I don't really know a lot about overseas pharmacies. I know obviously I've got a few people in my course, for instance, that did OSPAP and they came through that route, but that's the most I know. I could obviously guide you until places that can help you, that can give you information on that. But personally, hey, I'm very sorry. Hey, I'm really sorry. I could get that information for you, but I don't really know. And is that achievable from the first try? I can't even answer that. I don't know. Syndicate exam. What is the syndicate exam? Are you talking about the GPHC registration exam? You see that? I'm not too sure. If I look at that question more like the third step in, I'm not sure. I wouldn't even try it. It's not my area of expertise, sorry. But if you still need some help on that, I could obviously point you in the right direction. Someone I can give you more information on that. Okay, what did Ayla say? Yes, I try workout lunch and evenings, then apply that into work. Fantastic. The power of compounding. Take those little things and put them together. It's more effective for you to do 30 minutes at work, 30 minutes in the morning before going to work. That's an hour. In that hour, you achieve more, you absorb more compared to if you have to sit down and read for 1 hour. Just this little, because those little times, like 25 minutes to 30 minutes, your concentration is at its max. And so you can absorb a lot of information and then you take a break. And then later when you break it up, that's what makes life fun, doing many different things at once. And then all together, it looks like you've done so much. Now, someone's going to ask you, Ayla, my gosh, look at what you've completed. When you get time to study, to do all of this, you've done about 10 hours of studying this week. How did you do that? But for you, it's going to be easy, right? Because you don't even feel it because you only did 30 minutes in the morning and maybe 30 minutes on your lunch. That's all. But when you put that over time, and that's what many students don't realize, is the same thing even with your finances, is the law of compounding. The law of compounding states, if you do something, you do little things, over a period of time, they become massive. That's why I say many people underestimate. The same way, like when I talk about exercising, keeping yourself, your body in shape, many people are going to say, oh, I don't have time to go to the gym, I don't have time to exercise, I'm too busy. That's because they've not understood the law of compounding, because there's nobody that can say they don't have 30 minutes a day. It's not to do with time, it's to do your priority. All you're saying is this is not important. But if it's important, you will find time. So most of these activities require just about 30 minutes a day. About 30 minutes a day. And if you do that over time, then you're going to notice a big difference. If you spent an hour every day revising, you take that over what? 7 days. That's already 7 hours. Right? Now you take that over the whole period all the way to your exam, I promise you, you'll be on a whole different level. Whole different level. Little things that produce the greatest results. Great questions, great questions. What do we have here from Ahmed? Can you please forward me your book, please? Send me an email. No, send it to BNF Coach. I'll put it. Send it to BNF Coach at gmail.com and then type in the book. And I'm going to receive it, and then I will reply to you and I will send you the book. It's a very good book. It's got a lot of tips to help you succeed. It's generally for students, right? But it's got all those life skills in there. But the most important one is for you to look at the time management matrix. That's if you want to maximize your time. Look at that time management matrix. Great stuff. Any more questions? I'm here to serve you. I'm here to support you, to help you the best I can, help you on your journey. If there are any challenges that you're facing, any questions, any tips that you want to get, any advice that you want from me, that's why I'm here and I'm going to help you. But definitely, if you want to get that book, please just email me on that email address and I'll send the book to you. I'll send you the book. Sarah, how are you, Sarah? Great to see you on here, Sarah. Hi, Marvin. What do you recommend to do to those who want to join your combo course in February? Okay, nothing beats preparation, right? I will say if you're going to join in February, which is a good time to join as well, and at the moment you can enroll on the course. Believe me, Sarah, this course gets booked very quickly, very, very quickly. At the moment in the October course, we have about 130, and now we've stopped. Right? We're not even selling October. We're not enrolling to October anymore. We just had to stop it. So the next enrollments are obviously February. Now, if you ask me what do you have to do, nothing beats preparation. Right? Nothing beats preparation. All you have to do is start preparing in advance, and that's just reading what you need to read for your exam. So generally, I always say, like the lovely Ayla that's on there right now, Ayla is going to be starting infections on Sunday. It is a high rating chapter. So what I say to Ayla, I have videos on YouTube on infections. When we did CNS, I have videos on YouTube that are free. You can access them on the CNS. When we did the cardiovascular system, I've got videos on YouTube on cardiovascular system. If you're dealing with pregnancy in women, I've got a video on pregnancy. So not just my videos, but what I'm saying is start preparing in advance so that once the course begins, you're going to make the best out of it. And I'll advise you to perhaps start with your high rating chapter, Sarah. So Sarah, if you're going to join in February, I would say start looking at your nice chapters. Your nice chapters. Do you know what I mean by nice chapters, Sarah? Sarah, do you know what I mean by nice chapters? Give me a yes or no. You know what I mean by nice chapters? So what I mean by nice chapters, N is for your nervous system, I is for infections, C is for cardiovascular, and E is for endocrine, Sarah. Okay? Start looking at your nice chapters because majority of your questions in the exams will come from the nice chapters. I call them nice chapters. That's just an acronym that I use. I use a lot of acronyms, but nice, nervous system, infection, C for cardiovascular system, E for endocrine system. The nice chapters are those that you want to start now because you have to go through these chapters a few times. There are other chapters that you could get away with just reading it once, right? But there are some that you cannot just read them once. You need to, most people that will pass will read these things about 3 times, right? So, and those are the nice chapters I'm talking about. So my advice would be, if you want to join the February course, obviously enroll on the course. You can enroll even now. And then in the meantime, the good thing is, Sarah, say for instance, if you enrolled on the course now, you get added to the Telegram group already. So you have more than so it's about 3 months. You've got that time on the Telegram group, and there are so many resources on there, and you have over 600 people on there that are there to help you. The power of networking. So all you have to do is get on there, go into the files, you see all these notes, you see all these summaries. I've got like summary sheets on there. You can literally start your revision thoroughly before we even kick off in February. So once we kick off, you are ready to go. You're in a good place. You're like, yes, Marvin, let's do it. And that will keep you in a very good place, because then you'll be more active in the course. You understand more. You're going to follow more. You're going to produce more results. And then ultimately, you're going to be so confident and ready for that exam. Cameron! Come on. I thought I said Cameron. Come on. I put an R somewhere. Come on. If you do your pre-reg in a hospital and you change the community, once you qualify, do you think would it be a struggle, as people say moving from community to hospital is easier? That's interesting. That's really interesting, because I've heard people also say the opposite. I've heard people say the opposite, that moving from community to hospital is harder, right? Because it's going to be clinical knowledge, right? So it's harder because most of the time in community, we don't use as much clinical knowledge. So when you leave the community and want to go to hospital, then sometimes that's even more challenging as opposed to the other way around. When you're coming from the hospital, I think your challenge is obviously OTC stuff. But when it comes to clinical aspects of things, you're in a good place. So what I'll say is, not really. I'll say the switch, perhaps with the hospital, moving from community to the hospital might even be harder, because there's more competition and less places in the hospital, and more competition compared to if you're coming out to work in community. I've been a superintendent manager. I've had many pharmacists that have locum pharmacists that have come from hospitals and they've never even worked in the community, but they have adapted. It is very easy to pick it up. I'm telling the truth. The only thing that will be challenging is probably just the OTC stuff. But generally, most of the OTC stuff you will know to a degree because you did that in your pre-reg year. So it will just be a matter of spending a few weeks. I've had two great locums that I have in my pharmacy now. Both of them came from the hospital and they had the same question. Oh my gosh, wow, Marvin, how is this going to be for me? First thing is you got to choose a good pharmacy. One that is probably not as busy with the OTC stuff at the start, or if it is, at least you have staff there on the counter as opposed to anyone throwing in the deep end. And then during that time, it's just familiarity, right? Most of the things will come back to your mind. You will know those things OTC. They are repetitive things. They're pretty much straightforward, and you have no problems. Once a pharmacist, you are qualified to do community hospital. Basically, you have the capability. That's what I mean. You have the capability, and all you have to do is spend a few weeks or perhaps working in the community, and within a month, be fine. In addition, just brush up your knowledge on your OTC, because clearly your clinical will be fine anyway, which is now community pharmacy is becoming more clinical. Right? So it's more clinical, it's more engaging those patients, providing those services. So personally, I think it will be easier now for you coming from the hospital, just because of where community pharmacy is going, what is moving towards. Now we even have all these trainees that are going to qualify already as prescribers. So everything's becoming more clinical. So it's the opposite. I think it will be easier for you. That's my take. Come on. I hope that helps. Come on. I hope that helps. Give me a yes if that's okay. But yes, go for it. And within a few weeks, you will be fine. Yunus Hussein, how are you, Yunus? How are you doing, Yunus? Let me know how you're doing. Hi, Marvin. I've already enrolled for February. Fantastic. Well done. Well done. Well done. I'll follow your advice to revise nice. But by this, do you just mean reading the chapters in the BNF? Okay. So what I mean is you have a few months to start. Okay. So there's not enough time to read everything. Take into consideration, you've got Christmas coming, you've got the New Year, so all this interruptions. So if you put it together, say if you had, and I always do this with students as well, right? When they come to me like 2 months before the exam and they say, Marvin, I've not read anything for the exam, I've not read the whole time, what can I do 2 months before? I had a girl, you can watch on the video, we did a live video called Payal. I've got a video on her, and she passed the exam at her 4th attempt Most people don't get the fourth attempt. And she came to me about 2 months before. I'm like, oh, Marvin, I've been out of pharmacy. Help me pass. I've got 2 months. I've not read anything. Get me there. And so when that happens, the first thing I say is, okay, fine. If you're giving me about 2 months, the first thing I want you to do is master the nice chapters straight away. That's the first step. So that's why I'm saying this to you, because I know that you have to go through these chapters a few times. So if you start early, you're ahead of the game. So you don't have to complete all of them, but at least if you even complete 2 before February, like thoroughly, just learning them, then you'll be fine. So it's reading yourself with the BNF and the NICE guidelines. So you're trying to understand that yourself. And then obviously when you come to the combo course, we've simplified things for you. The notes are a lot simplified. So what you can do, which is normally another advice I give people, when it comes to studying, the best way you could maximize information, you could absorb more information, the best way of studying is starting off with a summary before you go into the real stuff. So you always start with summaries first, and then you read the real content. Why? Because when you read a summary, you get an understanding, a general understanding, and then you start reading the subject. So when I talk about nice chapters, what I mean is perhaps just read summaries. So there are many summaries out there. And if you've already joined, you'll be part of the Telegram group. We even have BNF summaries on there. So you could just read some summaries on each chapter on the cardiovascular system, BNF summaries. There are a lot of other sort of literature and supports that are out there. Read summaries on all of these things, just preparing in advance so that once you start the course, you'll be more engaging. You'll be, when I ask questions, because the course, you can ask Ayla, there's so many questions, isn't it, Ayla? We've got questions and questions and questions, don't we? So it's very intense. It's so much fun, but it's going to be a lot of questions. So you want to be right ahead of the game, where when I ask you a question, when I go, okay, what drugs I use in rate control, right? Of say you've got arrhythmias, right? What drugs are used in rate control? By the time I say that, you're like, boom, Marvin is this one. And if you get it wrong, then you learn. So it's to be in that kind of state, right? So that by the time we go to chapters, you're like, yes, yes, yes. And that's going to make you in a big, better place. Preparation is the key. It is the key to enjoy your learning. AJ Alani, hi, hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you, AJ. Is there any course for calculation only? So we do only a combo course, so we don't separate them. So previously we used to have separate courses for calculations, separate for clinical, and then we combined this together, and then we injected a massive discount on there. We literally slashed out £100 discount, and that's a combo course. And in that combo course, the calculations is now like £50 on there. So so we don't do them separate anymore. It's just one combo course. But the advantage, I think one of the things that does stand out about this course, and that we did intentionally because we really wanted to help you, was the guarantee that you get your money back if you fail. So that is not something that you get a lot, where someone can say, I'm going to train you for about 10 weeks. On top of that, I'm going to have you in a Telegram group. I'm going to be doing sessions with you. I'm going to be with you all the way for months. And if you fail, I'll give you all your money back. Very rare to see that sort of effort, energy that people put in and give you back. But to us, it's all about ethics. It's generally, we are a family. So when it comes to previous shortcuts, we are a family, and we like that. That's what one designs a family. So when I say and I call people like this, is because this is my family right now. We're all part of that previous shortcuts family. So your success is our success. So when I say to you, listen, I will make you pass, is because I'm putting myself on the line and I'm saying, I will make you pass. And if I don't make you pass, I'll give you your money back. Even though I spent so much time with you and I've taught you so many things, so many hours upon hours, and doing all of this stuff. If you don't pass, I take your money back. That's fine. If you want to join us again. And many people, when we do that, they still come back to us and then they pass the exam. So we don't, it has to be a combo course. We don't do it separate, the combo course, but that's the best value for your money. It's an investment. It is such an investment, people. Like when I say that, because you got nothing to lose. Imagine, right, if you failed, you got your money back. And then if you pass, isn't that such a good investment for you? You got to just think about it. But you are set up to win. You are set up to win either ways. What other question have we got? Sarah says, Marvin, can you say once more what does NICE stand for, please? Of course, Sarah. Sarah. It stands for N. It's for nervous system. These are your high rating chapters, basically, Sarah. So you're going to your GPAC framework. This is so important. Make sure you look into that framework. That's how you set. That's how you do your plan. We have a program on the course, so you don't need to do all of that. We've done everything for you. Made it easy. The N is for your nervous system. I is for infection, C is for cardiovascular, and E is for endocrine. 4 chapters, 4 high rating chapters, the most important. Up to about 65 to 70% of questions in your exams will be from your high rating chapters. So definitely, what does that mean? You need to spend more time on these chapters. That's why I say you start them early. Okay, you start them early. So sometimes, so I always say you have to read everything. You don't medium weighting, low weighting chapters, but with the high ratings, go over them a couple of times more than the others. What else have we got? Let's see. Pharmacists. Hope I'm not missing anyone's question. I hate missing people's questions because you think I'm ignoring, but I'm not. Nice. It's just the high rated chapters. Yes. Yes. Nice. The high rated chapters. There you go. Pharmacist is sorting that out for you. What a kind pharmacist. Great stuff. Find the high rated each of yes. So on the GPC website, that's the starting place. Sarah, can I talk to you, Sarah? Can I ask you a question, Sarah? Sarah, are you aware of the GPHC framework? Give me a yes or give me a no. Are you aware of the GPHC framework? Just let me know. Very important question to you, Sarah. What we got? Salut mi familia, that's it. We are family. Yes, fantastic. So as long as you do that framework, that's part of your framework. In your framework, you have those high rating chapters. Those are your nice chapters. It is a starting point for your revision, for structuring your revision. Definitely 100%. So great stuff, people. Thank you so much for being on here. I think that's probably for the questions for now. Just to let you know, those of you, I know some of you have enrolled in the course already for February. In the description of this video, you've got all the links to enroll onto the February course. You have the links to look at the reviews for the course. It's always important to look at reviews. We have Trustpilot reviews, about 90 something reviews. It's worth obviously looking at reviews before you take any action or join any course. Get as much information as you can, including ours. Contact information. If you want to speak to myself directly or speak to my team directly, there's also our website link on there. You could go onto the website and you could book a free call, and we're going to have a 15-minute free consultation with you, answer any questions you have. So just to clarify and to make sure that the course is the right fit for you, and you are also a right fit for us. And then when that happens, we'll gladly welcome you to our family and do everything we can to make sure that you succeed, that you get that result that you deserve. Hader says, what are the factors that make pharmacists select hospital or community pharmacies? So that's really subjective to that individual. I can tell you what made me choose community. So if you use that using me, asking me, for example, Marvin, why did you choose community? I always knew I was going to go into community pharmacy. I was never interested in hospital pharmacy. I love clinical stuff, like I teach all this clinical stuff. But to me, I love the idea of the commercial side of things. I loved the one-to-one with those patients. I love being the community. I had done placements in the hospital. I had done placements in the community. And for some reason, I just enjoyed the sort of authority and the respect that we had in the community. The money was good, right? The money was better in the community. But at the same time, hospital also has a lot of advantages. So if you're someone that likes learning and you like developing, hospital is great for training. So you're really excited about that knowledge and getting, more diplomas and that level of clinical knowledge. And also there's a lot of variety in the hospital, right? You can specialize in different areas, even oncology pharmacists and things. So there's a lot of variety in the hospital. So it's really what drives you. And that's what makes people decide which one they want to do. And for me, that's what drove me. It was the whole aspect of community. I love the community. I love all those booths and Lloyd's pharmacies. I used to drive past them when I was younger. I love all the colors in the shop. I love having a little shop as well. I love the commercial side, running a business, all of those. That's what drives you, then you're a community person. Right? So all different for different people. Great. Eunice, what days and times does the combo sessions take place usually? So combo course is a combination of CARCs and clinical. So normally you have the calculations one calculation session a week on a Tuesday, normally from 8 o'clock to about 9:30 on a Tuesday. And then you have 2 sessions of clinical each week. The clinical is on a Wednesday from 7:30 to 9:30. Although Ayla is going to tell you we're going to 10 o'clock, don't we, Ayla? But normally it's meant to be from 7:30 to 9:30 on Wednesday, and also 7:30 to 9:30 on Sunday. So all in all, you have 4. Well, you got 2 clinical courses a week. That's 4 hours, and then 1 calculation session, which is an hour and a half. So altogether 5 hours and a half. And in February, we're also going to be doing the MEP course, which is also going to be another 1.5 to 2 hours a week. But yes, that's the program that we normally follow. Is that okay, Eunice? Hope that helps. What else have we got? Ayla says money is a lot better than community. It is better, isn't it? But no, there are some pharmacists in hospital that earn quite a lot, isn't it, based on the band that you're on. Some of them earn far more than community. So although yes, people say community has more money, perhaps on an average scale, community pharmacists might earn more, but on an individual scale, there are people in the hospital that are raking it, right? Better than community pharmacists. Ajibola, hi Marvin. Is it only those on the course that can have access to the BNF notes? Okay, Ajibola, yes, because they paid for it, right? Simple as that. But what we do is, if you look into period shortcuts, I'm not just saying this because that's me talking. You can check for yourself. I think we're one of the companies that does far more free stuff than anybody else out there. And I have many students that have not joined the course, but they've passed the exam and they've sent me messages. Oh, Marvin, I did not get on your course, but your videos on YouTube, those free videos help me so much. They help me so much pass the exam. Okay, so on the course itself, course notes is detailed stuff. Right? The course is like proper, detailed, everything, support. So that's paid for. So that's not free. But we have a lot of free content, obviously not the quality of the course, but on our YouTube channels. So like now, every Monday, Ajibola, every Monday, for instance, I do for half an hour now what we call high risk Mondays. So I take a high risk drug and I go through with you key things to learn. And on our YouTube channel, we've got loads of videos. Some of these are really detailed, cardiovascular systems and things. We do this Q&A as well on the Thursday. I also have a free mailing list. Ajibola, if you look into the link, it's a free mailing list. And on this free mailing list, you join on there. It is free. You get questions every single day, calculations and clinical questions with answers. So we try to make sure that obviously those that pay for the course get quite a lot compared to those that don't. But even those that don't, we still have things out there to help you as well succeed. That's the way it works. What else have we got? Thank you so much. That's it. Ayla says, yeah, it's a productive evening. Thank you, Ayla, for coming on. You are a legend. And definitely look forward to Sunday session. Let's do this infections. Let us smash the infections chapter. It's going to be so much fun. Ajibola, okay, thanks very much. Yes, I do get the questions. Brilliant. So yes, just use all those free resources that we have. Come on here. I will still be posting a lot of videos. I'll be doing videos as we go on. So you can watch those. And then if you think, fine, I'd love to join the course, we'll be very happy to receive you into our success family. You'll be very welcome. All right. All of you take care. Thanks for attending this session. I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much. Have a great time. Remember, Monday is high risk Mondays. So if you want to test your knowledge, you want to learn about these high risk drugs, jump on here on Monday, people. It's an open free session. Let's talk about some high risk drugs. For those of you on the course like Ayla, I will be seeing you on Sunday for our normal session. See you all and take care. Bye.